Hey guys, it is me, Jacqueline, and for today's video I have my June book haul. I accumulated a couple of books this month, so we're just going to jump right on in, and I'm going to start with the two books I got from Barnes & Noble. The first book I have is The False Prince, and this is by Jennifer A. Nielsen. I heard Riley from Riley Marie talk about this book on her channel, and she said not many people in the booktube community have read this book, and she talked about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to check it out. I read some reviews, and it just sounded so amazing. It is the first book in a trilogy. All the other books a part of the trilogy are already out, and on the back it says, a bold plot leads an orphan on a terrible journey to the brink of treason. Then the other book I got from Barnes & Noble is The Rose and the Dagger, and this is by Renee Ahdieh. This is the second book, a part of the Wrath and Dawn duology by the same author. I read The Wrath and the Dawn last year and absolutely fell in love with it. If you don't know, The Wrath and the Dawn is a retelling of 1001 Nights. It is so beautifully done, so I'm so excited to pick up the second book and the last book a part of this duology and see how everything comes into play. Then I bought 4 books from Amazon, so we're going to unbox this because this just came in the mail today. I am so excited. The first book I have to show you guys from Amazon is The Bird and the Sword, and this is by Amy Harmon. You guys know I absolutely adore Amy Harmon. She has easily become one of my all-time favorite authors, so when I heard she was coming out with a fantasy book, I knew I had to pick it up. This book just came out in May, and actually I don't really know exactly what it's about, but I do know it is a fantasy book and it's written by Amy Harmon, so I'm expecting some beautiful writing. The next book I got is The Crown's Game, and this is by Evelyn Sky. I am ecstatic to read this book because it is a fantasy book that takes place in Russia. It sounds so cool, and it's actually written by a debut author, which I love supporting debut authors. I run a book club with Caitlin, my good friend here on BookTube. I will leave her channel along with our Goodreads group down below. The actual book club is called Beyond the Book, and so for the next couple of months we are reading this book. I am so excited to, and I'm excited not only to read it, but to also do some fun bookish videos along with this book. The next book I have is The Sand Eater's Daughter, and this is by Melinda Salisbury. Now I actually found this randomly on Goodreads. I haven't heard of anyone talk about this book particularly on BookTube, and I read the summary. It reminded me of this weird combination of Poison Study and Shatter Me, so I'm excited to see if it is very similar to those two books. And this is the first book in a trilogy. I know the second book, a part of the trilogy, just recently came out, or it's coming out, something like that, so I am very ecstatic to read this book, and I absolutely love this cover. I know it's not really important to say that, but I do love this cover. I think it's stunning. Then the final book I got from Amazon is Ivory Bone, and this is by Julie Espog. Now I've heard this is a prehistorical fantasy with allusions to Pride and Prejudice. Doesn't that sound so intriguing? And I just cannot wait to read it because I want to see exactly what that entails. I will let you guys know whenever I do get to this book what I thought of it because it just sounds so unique. The remaining 3 books I have to show you guys I didn't buy myself. The first one I got because I was sent the June Owl Crate box, and that is My Lady Jane, and this is by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jodi Meadows. This is a historical fiction. It has fantasy aspects as well as a ton of humor in it. I cannot wait to read this because I've read separate works by all of these authors, so I'm interested to see how they all come together for this book. And if you would like to see my actual Owl Crate unboxing video where I unbox this book, I will leave that on the screen as well as down below. The next book I have to show you guys I was sent by Trisha over at Flatiron Books, so thank you so incredibly much for sending me American Girls, and this is by Allison Aminger. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She is a debut author, and this is her debut novel. This book actually came out June 7th, so you can currently get it out if this does sound like something you would enjoy. It is about a 15-year-old girl named Anna who goes out to LA to visit her sister who is trying to be an actress. And during this whole entire time, she is engrossing herself in a project based on the Manson girls. And so there's a lot of self-discovery aspects. There is this sort of mystery thing going on. And I just heard the most amazing things about this book, so I am very into it. I think this is going to be very different from anything I've ever read because it just sounds very unique. The final book I have to show you guys for this book haul is Dating an Alien Pop Star, and this is by Kendra L. Saunders. I want to thank Crimson Tree Publishing for sending me this book. I was actually sent this book because I am a BookTube tour host, so I will leave more information for a BookTube tour down below in the description box. but I've actually already read this book. I really enjoyed it, so I will leave my book review on the screen as well as down below if you would like to know more about it. This book came out June 7th. It's a really fun, easy book to get into. It is a paranormal book, so if you're looking for something like that, I would definitely recommend it. So those are all the books I got for the month of June. I hope you guys enjoy this haul. Let me know down below in the comment section what you thought of any of the books I mentioned or what books you bought this month, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!